Hallo und willkommen, ich bin Meister Lindsay and this is Hannah Montana. Sorry.
Do you want a smack?
And this is Hannah Montgomery and you're watching Get, Germanized flirting / dating differences in Germany versus England.
I am bored, what should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
New guest on Car Thoughts.
Yay!
Enjoy doing these because it's always more fun together and it's just a fun video anyway. I thought to drive and talk about that kind of stuff. We've all dated. We've both dated, me in Germany, and I've dated foreigners as well. And you've dated
English people.
English people.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, oh, that's it. Well, then you're an expert on dating English people.
Makes me sound like a slut, doesn't it, really?
Well, no.
Yeah.
But you could, no, okay, well, no, that's not what I meant.
No.
But yeah, what do you think the approach would be when someone is interested in someone else in England? Like, how does it work? Does a guy approach the girl the guy, or what?
Well, it's more traditional for a guy to go to a girl, but it doesn't always work like that. I've had experiences where I've been the more forward one and been more flirty with a male than a male's been with me. But yeah, traditionally a male is the one that has to do the asking out. That's what you call it in England, asking someone out to be either your girlfriend or boyfriend or just for a date. So usually you start with a date. You don't normally go straight in and be like, will you be my boyfriend? Or will you be my girlfriend?
What? No?
No, exactly. It's just too much.
Oh, unbelievable. Well,
but, yeah.
Yeah, no, in Germany, I mean, it's pretty much the same.
Okay.
But I think it should be different. I think it should be.
In what way?
Yeah. Because why do we always have to do the work?
It's just tradition, isn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable. It's just fairly unbelievable. No, I mean, sometimes it's different, I suppose, and sometimes people don't even ask anyone out. Sometimes it's more casual, like you start hanging out with friends and stuff like that or something, and then you just find out that that other person is really nice, and maybe then you just, I don't know, end up doing stuff together. Yeah, more and more. Yeah. It grows naturally.
Yes.
Obviously, that's not, like, that's the ideal case, and that doesn't always happen.
Is that, you think that's the ideal case? That would be your preferred method of meeting someone?
I don't know. I think it's just more natural, like, to just like someone and then really get to know them first before, like, I don't know, just hooking up or something like that.
Yes.
I think that's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, but what is it like in Germany in general? I think Tinder, I mean, since Tinder is a big thing here as well, I think that hooking up is also a big part of dating culture, but not necessarily my preferred way of dating.
No.
But it happens, it exists for sure.
Yes.
So, okay, what does a typical date in England look like usually?
It will usually involve some kind of food. So a restaurant is probably the main one you'll ask someone out. Either, it depends, because if you're in your 20s, then normally you'll end up going for a drink or something. So you just ask someone out for a drink and then it goes from there.
Yeah.
But people go to the cinema. What else? Theatre. Depends how much money the person has as well, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So if they're well off, they'll take you somewhere nice, but then you have, does the male pay for it? Does the female pay for half? Like,
how does it work?
Well, usually, traditionally, the male should pay
everything.
For the everything, for the whole food.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't personally agree with that. I think it should be half and half. But, you know, it's nice if someone wants to treat you and spoil you, I guess, but you can't take the piss with that. Like, it's not...
Can't take the piss.
No, you can't. You can't... what's the word? Like... I can't think of a word. Exploit. That was exactly the word I was looking for.
Use.
Yeah, use. Exactly. Yeah. You can't use somebody just for their money or for the way they treat you. You have to...
I mean, some people probably do.
Oh, yeah, they do, of course.
A lot
all the time. Especially if people have money. Yeah. That's why they're called gold diggers.
Yeah, true. I mean, in Germany... casual date, like with a restaurant, happens as well. But also a German thing is like the walking around date. Have you heard of that before?
No.
When you just walk around a city, maybe grab a coffee, walk around a park and just talk. I think that's quite normal.
That's nice.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Because I like it because you can get to know the other person better as if you go in a loud bar or whatever, I think at least. I mean, you can still talk there, but it's more difficult and not as personal maybe.
Of course.
I mean, dates like that can of course end up in a bar and stuff like that, or in a restaurant or wherever, but starting it off like that is nice, I thought. Just
no, I think that's a lovely idea.
I heard that Russian women hate that. They need, like I saw like a stereotypical dating video about Russians, and apparently they need to have a reservation or like a goal at the date, like somewhere, like a destination basically, where you go and maybe even like have food and stuff like that. So it's like a must. But in Germany it's I think quite different. I think it's nice to have a dinner date as well.
Yeah.
But I always thought of that more of a thing for a couple who is already dating, like as a date. Like that, like a weekly date night. Yeah, basically. I even heard that date nights are super, I mean, obviously super important for couples, because if you stop talking just to each other for, I don't know, if you don't do that enough, then you grow apart quite easily if you don't have date nights or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so I thought that was very interesting. Anyway, that's a typical date in Germany. Like I said, maybe food, maybe restaurant, but could be anything really. I mean, a fun date could also just be going bowling, or I don't know, going hiking or something.
It could be anything, to be honest.
Could be anything.
Yeah, it depends on the people.
Yeah, for sure.
And their interests.
Some people are more happy when they sit down at a restaurant, at a nice restaurant, and get their food paid for them. Others would rather go hiking or have fun.
Exactly.
I don't know. That would be me, basically. I would rather go on an adventure and do something fun. That's why I prefer, I think, the walking around stuff as well, because you can explore a city or some place together and maybe, I don't know, yeah, just,
aww,
I like that.
Sounds lovely.
Sounds lovely. So we covered the dates.
Yes.
But you guys, feel free to let us know what you think a casual or typical date in Germany or England looks like, or wherever you're from. Like I'm interested in that as well. Is there anything like a special date food, like a typical thing that you guys go and eat?
Not really typical, because we have so many cuisines in England, same as in Germany probably. But like you wouldn't take someone to McDonald's really. Like so anything kind of not classy, but just
teenagers might.
Yeah, teenagers probably. Yeah.
A McDonald's date, so classy.
Exactly.
So funny.
No, it could be anything. Like pizza, a lot of people go for pizza. Italian food is quite popular in England. Yeah. Curry, Chinese. They're the main kind of ones you'd go for. Okay.
Yeah, same in Germany, I'd say. Italian food is traditional, I think, like a nice Italian restaurant.
Candlelight.
Yeah, that's always nice, isn't it?
It's romantic.
Romantic.
It's romantic, innit?
In it, bruv?
In it, bruv.
Where's that from in England again?
London. Like South London.
Yeah, South London.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought London, but I wasn't sure where exactly.
South.
But yeah, okay, we covered the date, the food. What comes after the first date in England?
Not sexy time.
No, I wasn't referring to that.
I don't know, it depends how forward people are. I mean, some people would do that kind of thing straight away. Other people take longer. Like, no, you shouldn't judge if that's what people want to do and they're at that
No, I'm not judgy. No, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know, it depends. If the date went well, then normally, it depends if you know each other beforehand as well. So if the date went well, then you exchange numbers, and if you haven't got them already, and you talk more and more, and then you'll probably go on another date. Other people then know straight away that that's their guy / gal, and they do the deed, and then
they do the deed.
Yeah.
When do you meet or introduce friends?
Oh.
Usually.
Oh, that's a hard one. Friends, I guess, are different to family as well. So friends, I would probably about a month in. A month. Just to see if they stick around.
Yeah, of course. And same with family, maybe? Or later?
Probably a little bit later.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Well, in Germany, it's pretty much the same, what you just said, like after the first date. If you feel, I mean, you probably already have the number, I would say.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Especially if it's a Tinder date or something like that, then you're definitely on WhatsApp or some other form of communication already. So you chat a bit, maybe say, oh, that was a nice date, or if it wasn't, maybe you just say...
delete the number.
Well, some people tend to ghost, but I wouldn't do that. Not talk at all.
Well, it depends how horrific the date was, really.
Yeah, true. Like, if it was really bad...
Yeah, if they try and kill you...
Yeah, okay, let's go there. If they tried to kill you, you would probably not talk to them. You would block their number.
Exactly.
But if it was nice, and if you want to see them again, then maybe you just say, like, Germans don't wait 2 days or something like that. They usually communicate right away that they liked it.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
better
good.
communication skills in that aspect, I think.
See, there's like social rules in England. Like you're not supposed to text for like 3 days. I think it's 3 days. Yeah.
That's weird.
It's to show whether you're interested or not. Look, deers.
Deer.
Deers or deer?
Deer, I think it's deer.
I think you're right.
Very nice.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Yeah, you
Look at the
can't...
little bottoms wheeling
Oh,
around.
they're on the left, sadly. You can't really see them that well.
They're so cute.
Aww. Very nice. Anyway, yeah, no social conventions. I mean, we probably... Maybe some people follow those kind of rules as well and don't talk at first, but I would say not that many. I wouldn't. Like, if I like someone, I want them to know that, and after a date and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say that. And what did you say? No, sexy time. Well, I mean, depends on the people. Like we said, it's the same in Germany. I would say you can't generalize that necessarily. But yeah, second date. Not sure. I mean, could be a more casual date.
Yeah.
Probably. I would never recommend watching a movie, I mean, on a date because you don't talk at all.
It's very true. But there is that typical thing of,
well, who does that really, though?
Well.
Who does that really? Have you had that before?
Yeah, when I was younger, though, like 16.
That's more like a thing that teenagers do or think they need to do.
Exactly.
That's more like it, I think. It's not necessarily typical for everyone, but yeah, that happens. So in England, you introduce the friends maybe a month later.
Yeah.
Family.
Again, it's totally down to
the people.
Because you could have met the guy or the girl through your friends, in which case they already know them.
Yeah. That is true. That might happen. I mean, that's also a very natural way of getting to know someone through a friend circle. So that would happen for sure.
Work. A lot of people meet at work.
Yeah, or that, for sure. And then you know the friends maybe, or at least the colleagues. If your friends are colleagues, if your colleagues are friends, depends, I suppose. But that happens. But if you, like, let's say you don't know, or they don't know your friends, then maybe, yeah, for me, I've gotten more careful a little bit, and because I want to see if the relationship works out, and I want to get to know the person, really get to know them myself first before I introduce them to my friends, and then maybe it doesn't work out, or maybe something horrible about them comes to light or something like that, and then you decide, oh no, this is not going to work out after all, and then your friends think you just changed girlfriends all the time, or boyfriends for that matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'd be a bit more careful, maybe a couple of months, and then see how it goes. Family much later.
Family later, but
much later.
Wow. Okay. See, I would have no qualms, no issue with being like, this is my boyfriend, this is my pal. Like,
well, I didn't before.
You've been burned.
I've been burned.
That's the problem. I don't think it's a German thing. I think it's a personal.
Yeah, it might be.
You've been hurt before.
Probably, might be. But yeah, lots more careful than I was in my early 20s.
See, I'm in my early 20s, so that might be what it is.
Maybe, think so.
You being old.
Yeah, me being old and all. I wonder if there's a difference in dating between generations, like me and you. I wonder what the differences are. Maybe we will find out in this video. We shall see. So what else is there? We covered when you introduce friends, family, what the date is like. So when do you call someone a boyfriend or girlfriend in England?
Well, I personally think you have to say, will you be my girlfriend? Will you be my boyfriend?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because otherwise you don't know. Like, some people just let it happen naturally, but then...
Oh, shit.
How would you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would personally like someone to be like, will you be my girlfriend? Or like, just, I really like you, can we make it more serious kind of thing?
Yeah.
I don't know, that's just more straightforward to me than just letting it carry on, because then you'll always be like, are we together, or is this a exclusive thing, or can we see other people? Like, what is it?
That leads me to another point, actually. What is it like in England with like monogamous relationships or polyamorous relationships? Is it more like of a thing with open relationships in England, or is it...
well, I personally don't know anybody in an open relationship at all. So, no, most people stay in their two, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought as well. Like in Germany, it's pretty much the same. I mean, there are these really open people who Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you could call them slags, I suppose. You could slags. Oh, them slags.
Wow.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I mean, who wants to be in an open relationship? People who think they can get it a lot.
Yeah.
I think they don't want to limit themselves.
Have your cake and eat it. That's an expression.
Yeah, pretty much that. So I don't know. I always, to me, that's always. It seems a bit negative, this whole term, open relationship, because who does that? Well, slags, like, basically.
Well,
I don't know.
It's just, I don't think you can form like an amazingly loving relationship with one person because you're putting it all about town. Like, to me, sex is fun, like, don't get me wrong, but it's also about love, like, it's connection. Yeah. So if you're having that connection with all of these different people, I don't know, it just seems less special. It's only about the kind of carnal instinct, your animal instinct to have sex.
Yeah.
Whereas you need to have love. There needs to be passion and romance.
I think, well, this love thing you talk about is basically can be broken down very unromantically to body chemistry.
Yeah.
And if you react to another person like that, if you don't, well, then even the sex won't be great. I've made experiences where the person looked really great, but it just didn't do it for me because
no chemistry.
No chemistry, and that's something I had to learn really during my life. Like. To not jump right into stuff like that just because you think the other person looks attractive, but to really click with the other person first, because otherwise, well, you won't have great sex either most times, in my experience. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just my opinion, though. Maybe you guys out there have a different one. Let us know. So, boyfriend, girlfriend.
What about in Germany?
Covered.
You didn't say how long it takes to be a boyfriend, girlfriend in Germany.
Same.
Yeah?
I would say. I mean, what did you say again exactly?
That I would personally like to be asked, like.
Yeah, but did you say a time?
I didn't say a time limit. No, well, I don't know if it was within, like, I've back in my younger days, like, I was with someone for like a week and they were like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" I was like, "Yeah, okay." Yeah. But now, like, I'm like, that was too short a time because that guy was an arsehole. Yeah. And I didn't know that because obviously I hadn't got to know him first. So yeah, I think it's better to become friends with somebody first and then have a long kind of relationship thing. Well, just, I don't know, get to know each other and start having some loving feelings towards one another, and then go for, yeah, we are official.
Same kind of thing in Germany, I would say. Yep. You can't put a pin on the time.
Of course.
Not necessarily. I mean, if you both feel it, if you both like each other a lot, and if you are sure that you want to stay together, then I don't think it hurts to call yourself what you are in the end, boyfriend, girlfriend. Most people who wait a long time are not sure about the other person, I would say, personally. Because otherwise, why would you care what you call each other? Yes,
so, that's true.
Yeah,
that's just a casual kind of relationship, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what do you think is the time limit in England to say to someone that you love them? Like, really love them, not just the casual love you that you throw around in England and the USA.
Friends.
Yeah.
As soon as you feel it, really. I don't know. Some people fall in love really quickly and really easily, like me, and then get burnt and hurt, but other people are more cautious and obviously have been hurt before and don't want to say that because it will then blow up in their face potentially. And yeah, cultural differences as well. Like, as you said, Germans don't say "Ich liebe dich" because it means so much, whereas in England we throw that word around to everyone. I don't really think, again, you can't really put a time limit on it, but as soon as you feel it.
Yeah, I suppose.
In my opinion.
Well, you were right about how Germans don't use it as
often.
Yeah, as often or as casually, even. And especially in relationships, I think we wait quite a long time. That's why when I dated someone last year, right, for a couple of weeks. And that person was quite young as well in comparison, like in her early 20s. And she would throw around like terms like love in German as well, quite easily, and quite like she wanted me to say it as well. I think the relationship didn't even build up to a relationship because I didn't say it back. Right. Understandably so. I mean, from her viewpoint, must be terrible. But I mean, from my point of view, she just is very immature and said it super early, way too early. So I think it's all like a point of view, like you said, and maybe also experience, because when I was younger, I confused the term love a lot. Like I thought I love someone if I really just liked them.
Yeah.
I think people have to learn what that really means most of it, often. You don't agree? If you feel it, but how do you know that that is what you feel?
Well, exactly, but how do you know what love is? What do you define love?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the chemistry could be it, but for me it's more a deep, meaningful understanding of the other person that you cannot achieve by dating someone casually for a couple of weeks. It's just not gonna happen. You need to know the soul and the heart of the other person first. That's love for me, not, oh yeah, I like you, we have great sex, oh, you're probably in love. Nope, that's at least not, to me, that's not it.
No, that's not love.
Yeah. Next up would be, I mean, far ahead in the relationship would be marriage and babies and all that kind of stuff. Is it common for English people to get married really early, or do you wait a long time, or what?
It really depends on the person. Like, I know some people who are my age and are like 23, 24, getting engaged and getting married now, and younger. But then I also know a lot of people who don't get married until they're kind of mid-30s, which mid-30s is kind of the average, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, just from my personal experiences, yeah. Which, yeah, that would make sense to me. I would not want to get married in my 20s at all.
Yeah, I mean, similar in Germany, it gets later and later and later. I mean, I know some people that are married in their 20s in Germany that have married. I mean, especially older generations, but also few younger generations, but it's not as common, I don't think, as it used to be. Back in the day, my parents probably were married much younger, or like parents in general. Yeah. Our parents in Germany. And yeah, nowadays it's just not a thing to marry that early anymore, because career is more important to many people, and that, you know, job in general, and travel. Yep,
it's exactly the same.
Having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Living your life before you get tied down to
a rock.
To a rock.
To a rock.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the same then apparently. And well, babies, same kind of thing. Very late, very few. Especially they say, I mean, at least that more educated people. That's very rude towards some people, I suppose, but not meant like that. But that the more educated the people are, the longer they wait until they put children in this world. I suppose that has to do with they realize what a responsibility that really is and how much it costs in the end and stuff. And I would be the same, not saying that I'm super intelligent or anything, but I would think like, oh, I don't want to fuck the kid up and like not be able to provide it with what it needs and what it deserves. So I would wait until I can do that, and until I feel like I wouldn't hate the kid for not being, like, because then I wouldn't be able to do what I want to do maybe in life.
Yeah, you don't want to resent the child.
Yeah, I don't want to resent it. I want to get the stuff out of the way first and then have children, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so I think it's really a personal decision as well again, but as so many things are apparently, as we established in this video, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Should have known that, but...
Everyone is unique.
Yeah. So, that's about it, I would say. Babies are the last thing in a relationship. Then divorce.
And death.
Divorce and death. Or happiness and death. That could happen.
Maybe.
Could. Doesn't happen very often, I wouldn't say, but sadly divorce happens quite a lot in all countries. Not, I think, not only Germany or England.
No, it's all countries.
But all over the world. That's because people might get married too early. They don't do date nights.
No date nights.
Stuff like that. Very important, as we established as well. But what is dating like in your country? Guys, let me know. And girls, ladies, and chaps.
Chaps.
Chapstick.
It's a very English word. Yeah. Chapstick.
Chapsticks. Chapsticks out there. Let me know what dating is like for you, where you live. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel and to Hannah's channel, linked in the video description. And yeah, share the video with all your friends that are interested in dating in Germany and the UK, or in England specifically. Yes. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. Bye.